Welcome to the online Public Information Center for the Township of Clearview, Southeast Stayner Sanitary Servicing Municipal Class Environmental Assessment. My name is Jennifer Georges and I am a professional engineer with R.J. Burnside and Associates. I will be guiding you through the 17 slides that form this presentation on behalf of the Township of Clearview and the study team. The Township of Clearview has identified a need to address the sewage collection to service the existing unserviced area in the southeast quadrant of Stayner. This area includes the proposed development referred to as Manortown Homes and other areas identified for future residential and commercial development. This Public Information Center will present information on the Municipal Class Environmental Assessment process, the project background, the evaluation of alternatives being considered, and the next steps in the process. Following the presentation, we invite you to offer your comments on the project and the engagement materials presented on this platform. Information on how to submit your input to this study is provided at the end of the presentation. Your input is appreciated and it will be considered by the study team in the evaluation of the alternative solutions. Providing sewage collection to service this area of Stayner will require a sanitary pumping station. Under the Municipal Class Environmental Assessment process, construction of a new sanitary pumping station is considered a Schedule B project as defined in the Municipal Engineers Association Class EA document. As a Schedule B project, the project planning proceeds under the planning and documentation procedures of Phase 1 and 2 in the Municipal Class Environmental Assessment process. Through this process, feasible solutions are identified and evaluated with input from agencies, Indigenous communities, and stakeholders towards recommendation for a preferred solution. At the conclusion of Phase 2, the appropriate EA planning schedule is confirmed, and if no Part 2 orders are received by the Minister, the proponent may proceed to design and implement the project. An overview of the EA process is illustrated on the flowchart. The study is currently at the stage where we engage interested parties and the public about the project and the alternative solutions, as highlighted in the yellow box under Phase 2. The study area includes the areas of Phillips Street, Sunnydale Street, and Centerline Road in the southeast area of Stayner. The study area is primarily existing residential land use with some commercial and institutional land uses and lands designated as environmental protection. An intermittent watercourse runs in a southwest to northeast direction through the study area and is regulated by the Nottawasaga Valley Conservation Authority. There are several development proposals within the study area that are in pre-consultation and various other stages of approval, including the Manortown Homes development located in the northeast portion of the study area. Key considerations in the evaluation of alternative solutions for the study area include future development, aging infrastructure, the capacity of existing sewers, the topography of the study area, the potential for land acquisition, encroachment on natural features, and planning policy and regulations. The selection of a preferred solution is based on the evaluation of alternatives with consideration of the technical, socio-cultural, financial, and natural environment. The following slides provide a summary of the existing conditions in the study area for each of these environments. The majority of existing properties on Sunnydale Street are currently serviced by private septic systems. The study area includes an existing sanitary sewer on Phillips Street and a small portion of Sunnydale Street, which directs the sewage northwards towards the Mowat Street sewer. Based on the elevations and locations of existing infrastructure, the extended sanitary service in the study area would not be able to drain to the existing sanitary infrastructure by gravity alone. A sanitary pumping station would be required. The study area is zoned for residential, commercial, and institutional land use. A portion of the study area is located within a drinking water protection zone, significant groundwater recharge area, and highly vulnerable aquifer. cultural heritage assessment of the study area identified 7 cultural heritage resources within or adjacent to the Sunnydale Street study area, consisting of a farmstead and rural residential properties representative of the late 19th century and early 20th century. The Stage 1 archaeological assessment determined that parts of the study area have archaeological potential and will require a Stage 2 archaeological assessment prior to any construction activities if the areas identified will be impacted by the earthworks. Where any above-ground cultural heritage resources or archaeological resources may be impacted by the preferred solution, appropriate mitigation measures will be developed. The specifics on the location of future infrastructure placement and construction activities will be determined during the detailed design stage of the project. The assessment of the natural environment was completed through field investigations to characterize the vegetation communities and the potential for habitat of species at risk in the study area. Vegetation communities in the study area are considered to be relatively common in Ontario. Key natural features in the study area include McIntyre Creek, regulated by the Nottawasaga Valley Conservation Authority, and potential habitat for species at risk such as bats, as well as habitat for special concern species such as the monarch butterfly. Alternative solutions that are feasible to address sewage collection service for the existing unserviced area in the southeast quadrant of Stayner are evaluated relative to each other against a set of criteria which is developed based on the project environment. The alternatives considered include do nothing, build a new pumping station on a new site to service the study area, or build a new pumping station on a new site to service Manortown Homes development. The do-nothing alternative is a mandatory requirement for consideration in a Class EA and would maintain the status quo in the study area. The pros and cons of this alternative can be seen on the slide. This alternative does not address the problem statement. Build a new pumping station on a new site to service the study area. This alternative allows for servicing of the entire study area and includes construction of a new sanitary pumping station. The study area was evaluated for potential sites with a size and elevation appropriate for a sewage pumping station. 3 pump station locations were preliminarily screened for this alternative. The pros and cons of this alternative can be seen on the slide. This alternative allows servicing for the entire study area over time as build-out occurs, but will require upsizing and replacement of existing sanitary sewers on Sunnydale and Phillip Street. This alternative is the highest cost relative to the other alternatives. Build a new pumping station on a new site to service the Manortown Homes development. This alternative includes construction of a sanitary pumping station to service the proposed Manortown Homes development only. The location considered for the sanitary pumping station would be within the Manortown Homes development. This alternative would not require the upsizing of existing infrastructure, however would not allow for the servicing of existing or future development in the study area. This alternative is a lower cost than the option to service the entire study area. The impacts of alternatives were evaluated against the inventory of the natural, socio-cultural, economic, and technical environment of the study area, including possible mitigating measures. The alternatives were compared to each other by applying a ranking from most preferred to least preferred based on the level of anticipated impact for each criteria, with the full pie representing the greatest anticipated impact and therefore the least preferred, and an empty pie representing the least anticipated impact and therefore the most preferred. The table provides a summary of the evaluation of alternatives as an average range under each environment category. The evaluation leads to the identification of a preliminary preferred alternative. The alternative to have a new pump station on a new site to service the study area received the most favorable overall ranking when compared to the other alternatives. Site A is located within the Manortown Homes development. This alternative ranks similarly to the other alternatives for potential impacts to the natural environment. the cost for construction and maintenance of a pumping station and force main to service the study area is higher relative to the servicing of only the Manortown Homes development. However, this alternative is the most preferred for the socio-cultural and technical environments because it provides municipal servicing to the existing and future development in the study area at a location that can be designed to accommodate the sewage pumping station footprint without the need for property acquisition or impact to potential archaeological resources. The preliminary preferred alternative is to build a new pumping station on a new site to service the study area. The preferred location of the pumping station is within the Manortown Homes development, where the elevation allows for connection to the gravity sewer. This location is located outside the drinking water protection zone and furthest from the watercourse and NVCA regulated area. The site for the sanitary pumping station will be assumed by the township as part of assumption of the overall Manortown Homes development. This figure illustrates the approximate location of the pumping station within the Manortown development. A single or double sanitary force main will run within the right-of-way from the pumping station along Sunnydale Street to gravity sewer on Phillip Street. The design of the force main and pumping station will be completed per the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks guidelines and the Township's Sewage Pumping Station Design Guide, following the conclusion of the Municipal Class Environmental Assessment. The conceptual location of future sanitary sewer to service future development in the area is shown for reference. However, the location and details of these sewers will be determined by other studies as future development plans are approved. The timeline of this study is provided on the slide. Following the input received from this Public Information Center, the study team will confirm the preferred alternative. The Municipal Class Environmental Assessment process, including input from the public, agencies, Indigenous communities, and stakeholders, will be documented in a project file report and made available for public review and comment for a period of 30 days following the notice of completion of the project. At this time, it is anticipated that the notice of completion and project file report will be available in the summer of 2020. Thank you for participating in this Public Information Center. Help shape decisions made as part of this study. We encourage you to complete the comment form available on the Township's website at the link provided. You may also email or mail your comment form to one of the project team members. The presentation materials will be available on the project webpage for review and comment until August 4th, 2020. Responses for comments received by August 4th will be provided in a Public Information Center summary report, along with a summary of your written comments and posted on the Township project website. We appreciate your input and look forward to receiving your comments.